Factually inaccurate. Morally correct. This is Babylon Bee Radio. Our top story. High-level Chinese asset and sex trafficker Hunter Biden breathed a sigh of relief this week as an FBI raid team passed by his West Palm Beach vacation home to raid Donald Trump's residence in Mar-A-Lago.
Phew! Thought they had me for a minute there.
Biden sighed, according to sources, before going back to smoking crack with a hooker on a pile of cash freshly delivered by Chinese agents.
Glad to know the FBI is still working for my dad.
The FBI arrived at Mar-a-Lago shortly after, but things got awkward when the FBI raid team ran into the FBI evidence planting team due to a scheduling mistake. Former President Trump addressed a crowd of thousands gathered outside his resort, thanking the FBI for officially kicking off his re-election campaign.
I would like to thank the FBI. Remember them, the FBI? How about those beauties, huh? They came into my home to make your favorite president look like a criminal. Unbelievable. Such losers. Such losers. But everyone still loves me, so it's okay. They didn't even find anything. I'm gonna be the president again.
Sources close to Trump say his first act as president will be to hire his own appointed FBI director, Christopher Wray, and replace him with a used dust mop from the Capitol janitor's closet before raising the Hoover building and banishing all FBI agents to Gitmo.
I'm gonna fire everyone, literally everyone in government. Federal Reserve, gone. EPA, gone. CIA, gone. Department of Education, ATF, HHS, gone, gone, gone.
The news media responded to Trump's statement by calling him a, quote, threat to democracy worse than Hitler, while tearing their clothes and heaping dust upon the crowns of their heads. At airtime, Trump's approval had gone up over 30%, only to plunge again after he made another nasty comment about Mika Brzezinski's facelift. We've received an update from Mar-a-Lago, where Trump was last seen fleeing on a golf cart, shouting, "You'll never take me alive, coppers!" at federal agents. Witnesses claim he led authorities on a daring chase that reached speeds of up to 30 miles per hour, weaving between golfers at the country club. Trump reportedly did donuts on the 8th hole, maneuvering so expertly that federal agents crashed into each other. He then headed for the property's gates, launching off a ramp hidden by shrubbery and corkscrewed over a moat of alligators. The FBI warns that Trump is still at large and extremely dangerous. As D.C. resources begin to buckle under the strain of thousands of migrants being sent to the nation's capital from Texas, the Biden administration has taken steps to solve the problem by hiring them all as IRS agents.
Those migrants are hard workers, folks. Let's make them tax collectors. Give these people a gun and an IRS badge and put them to work, taking money from people. Poor kids can audit just as good as white kids. No joke.
Experts say Americans have been clamoring for more IRS agents for decades and are looking forward to having their finances examined and confiscated more than ever before.
If this doesn't work, I'll just take everyone's money by printing it and devaluing the dollar. That works pretty well, too.
Biden then shook hands with a space of empty air to his right that he mistook for the IRS commissioner. At airtime, the migrants had already audited the entire country and handpicked the full harvest with time to spare. Cultural critic James Lindsay has been suspended from Twitter for persistently criticizing teachers who sexualize small children. Though Twitter announced a permanent ban, Lindsay was able to sneak back on the platform by simply declaring himself an actual teacher who sexualizes small children.
How do you do, fellow elementary sex educators?
Said Lindsay via his new Twitter persona, Jameson Lintergarten.
Gosh, I sure do love teaching children about my sexuality and helping them find their true pronouns.
The new bio from Mr. Lintergarten has already earned accolades from the pedophile community, with many applauding his remarkable courage. Initial comments included affirming tweets from profiles with diverse handles like @GroomTheKids, @TwerkForTeacher, and @Don'tTellYourMom. Twitter is in the process of awarding Lintergarten a blue check and giving him 300,000 bot followers to help boost his reach. At airtime, the Biden administration announced Mr. Lintergarten will receive the National Teacher of the Year award to be presented by Rachel Levine.
That ain't no woman. It's a man.
As the U.S. State Department continues to negotiate with the Kremlin for release of Brittany Griner, Russian President Vladimir Putin has made it clear that he will not let go of the WNBA star for anything less than a first edition foil Charizard Pokemon card.
I must have this card, then my Pokemon collection will finally be complete. This card is very hard to find in Russia. I don't want any terrorist prisoners or Russian arms dealers. I only want the card I have dreamed of for ages. Oh yeah, it must be gem mint condition too. No blemishes. I'm not messing around with you Americans.
State Department officials have taken the offer to President Biden.
Not a chance, man. It took me forever to get that card. I'll give you a second edition Blastoise and throw in a few terrorists and my son Hunter. Take it or leave it.
Biden finally agreed to release every Russian prisoner in U.S. custody and send $52 billion in exchange for nothing. After once again finding herself with 14 million messages asking for prayer, the Blessed Virgin Mary decided to finally just set her voicemail to forward directly to Jesus.
People, I'm exhausted. I can't listen to your messages anymore. Besides, every message is virtually the same 42 words repeated over and over again. I get it. You want me to pray for you. You realize you can pray directly to my son, right? Mama needs a break.
Mary stated that she began to consider forwarding her voicemail after seeing her most recent screen time update.
Last week, I literally spent 99.9% of my time here in heaven on the phone, listening to prayer requests, and I only got further behind. It's just not healthy to be on my phone that much. I think the blue light's really starting to affect me.
Though her voicemail forwarding has caused much consternation down on Earth, the Blessed Mother has promised not to give it up entirely.
I really hope putting my messages on automatic forwarding for a bit will help everyone calm down about me as we all worship Christ together.
At airtime, Protestants and Catholics decided the plan was silly and planned to fight about Mary even harder. Now you're up to date on the only news that matters. Find more fake news you can trust at babylonbee.com. Until next time, this is Austin Robertson, the voice of the Babylon Bee. So long.